Hi, I'm North Carolina Secretary of State Elaine Marshall. Normally, we would be holding a big public event to announce our Charitable Solicitations Annual Report, but because of COVID, we're recording this special message. North Carolinians are generous at all times of the year and help people in need. But during this special time of giving around the holidays, we see neighbors helping neighbors here in North Carolina, whether it's lending a hand or lifting each other up. Each year at this time, we compile a report providing a snapshot of contributions raised by professional fundraisers on behalf of some charitable organizations. This report does not cover all charitable giving, but can provide us some important data. This report provides the public with information that can help in making wise giving decisions. Our 2019-2020 Charitable Solicitation Annual Report is now available online at sosnc.gov. Here's the headline. North Carolinians continue to give generously in the past year, with licensed fundraisers raising nearly $45 million in total donations for the nonprofit organizations they are working with. That compares to $43.6 million in the previous year report, an increase of just over $1.3 million in total giving. Of that total, over $36.1 million went to charitable programming instead of professional fundraising and administrative overhead costs. That's compared to $32.4 million netted by charities in the previous year. That's an increase from 74.29% to 80.53% of donations being netted for those charitable programs. North Carolinians continue to be generous and give what they can in a time when many households are facing hard times due to the ongoing pandemic. One note, the increase in this year's amount is also due to the fundraising of several nonprofits that fall outside the traditional charity profile. Several nonprofits that are focused on economic development and civic issues reported more than 90% of donations raised by fundraisers going to their programming. I want to thank North Carolinians for not only continuing to give what they can in these challenging times, but for doing their research to be sure that their donations do the most good possible. The first thing you should do when someone calls you on the phone for a donation is to ask how much is going to the charity's programming and how much is going to administrative fees. And if they won't tell you, we have it all for you in the online annual report. The data in this report and on the charities section of sosnc.gov can help you make informed choices with your charitable contributions. When you look at this report, you'll see that there were still groups reporting very low numbers. This report allows the giving public to do a deep dive on charities licensed with us, so you can study the high percent reporters and the low ones as well. A common question I get is whether I can simply shut down groups that report low percentages of charitable dollars going to their programs. No, government cannot shut down charities for making bad business deals or signing bad contracts. Our courts have been very clear that freedom of speech overrides legislating charitable effectiveness. Legally, charities have the right to make and sign whatever contracts they wish. Plus, as I say every year, there are good reasons why the amount netted from a specific group's fundraising event might be low in any given year report. It could be that not all of the money coming from the events arrived by the June 30, 2020 report cutoff date. In such cases, the money will be counted in next year's report, so their numbers may look better then. A given organization may also have devoted a lot of funds to a public awareness program, which is recorded as an administrative cost. The bottom line is, it's a good idea to check 2 or 3 years of reports if you see percentages that concern you about a charity you support. I want you to be an informed giver, so don't hesitate to ask questions of the charities that you are interested in. I also urge everyone to keep an eye out for fake charities, anything that is just a total scam to steal money from generous people. Fraud is not the same thing as simply being inefficient. When you suspect fraud, I encourage you to fill out a complaint form that is on our site. In light of the dramatic needs spawned by this pandemic, giving to established charities whose work you can see in your own community is one way to assure your donation does the maximum good. There are many charities doing the heavy lifting of helping those in need during this challenging time. One example is the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina, which was recently named the Food Bank of the Year by Feeding America. Congratulations. Following my remarks, we will share with you a video about the work the Food Bank is doing for our neighbors across 34 North Carolina counties in this region. The Secretary of State's office is also currently conducting a food and fund drive for a holiday project to help the helpers at the food bank. To review this annual report or to review the press release about this year's report, visit our website at sosnc.gov. I appreciate everyone who is continuing to give generously and wisely to help those in need across North Carolina and the nation. Stay safe and happy holidays.
One of the individuals on Sunday really broke my heart. She had to be at least 85 years old. She actually told me, she said, look, I was waiting for you because I haven't got anything else to eat for lunch. And I mean, that broke my heart. And I'm sitting there going, this is right here in North Carolina.
The Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina serves a third of the state, or 34 counties, through 6 branches. And all of us are obviously responding to this universal crisis. We know that there are just under 600,000 people who are food insecure at any given time. We also have people who have never needed our services before who are getting laid off or furloughed and are not able to stretch their funds as far as they were before.
So CSFP, or the Commodity Supplemental Food Program, is a federal food program administered by the USDA. So we provide 6,000 boxes every month with this program. But because of the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of seniors are having trouble leaving their houses. Their senior housing complexes aren't allowing them to distribute. They're not allowing them to go out. So we're taking the boxes to them.
We had food bank employees come in and volunteers from the U.S. Veteran Corps who actually delivered about 200 to 250 boxes to seniors so they could get their box of food this month.
We're out here because of the fact that some agencies have not been able to be up and running for them delivering foods. We try and fill gaps that otherwise would get left open. We're taking the packages that we acquired here this morning. Our vehicles go out and we make the deliveries, we knock on the doors and we walk away, having little to no interaction with the individuals.
The boxes are filled with about 30 to 35 pounds of food. It's gonna be everything that kind of covers the base nutritional needs of a senior. Just about anything you need.
And we're also looking at partnerships with places like Meals on Wheels where we can deliver more food to seniors so they're not at risk coming outside their house. In terms of children, obviously they're out of school. We have 300,000 kids in our service area who rely on free and reduced meals at school every day. And we do have a lot of schools who are continuing those programs, but we are looking for ways to partner with them and help those families out who are in need.
Predominantly funds, honestly. Funds help more than anything. It's what I always tell my friends and family is that we can buy more food than you can. And we can buy it faster than you can, especially right now.
Donations of funds, it allows us to be so flexible with what we do. If we need to pivot to purchasing food or purchasing different types of food or bringing in temporary help because we don't have the volunteer support that we were having in the past, it allows us to make that pivot very quickly and keep the supply of food uninterrupted.
It's heartwarming to know that these people are really looking forward to these boxes, and they may mean the difference between them eating a can of beans tonight or them having a decent dinner tonight.
We are seeing great support from the community, even in this time of crisis. People want to help and they want to give back. We've seen great support from our companies, our business partnerships, foundations, and people still want to come in and volunteer.
It's allowed me to step back and say, hey, look, right now I can't focus on my business, but let me focus on my community. Because let's face it, we're North Carolinians. We're all in this together.
As in all disasters, we are here for the long haul. We will figure out a way to make sure this food continues going out to people who need it.